welcome to our Cambodian cuisine collaboration. I'm glad you could join me today because I'm making these insane Cambodian ribs. I mean, they're insane because they are so flavorful. You will make this a recipe that you go to often. It has wonderful Cambodian spices in it, like cinnamon. It also has cognac, and they are just fabulous. Also, I want to remind you, the other collaborators' videos are listed in the description below. Be sure and visit each and every one of them and give them a like and comment if there's things you like about their recipes, and come back and watch all of us again. Now let me get into showing you how to make these insanely delicious Cambodian ribs. Okay, I have 3 pounds of ribs here, and what we want to do is the ribs have a membrane on the back that we want to pull off, and the easiest way to do that, using a paper towel, help you hold on to it. So get up underneath that membrane, see, like this, see that, and just pull it. Now I'm using baby back ribs. You can use whichever type you want. Now let's cut our ribs into individual pieces. Okay, so I have them all cut up into individual ribs, and I'm going to set those aside so we can make our marinade. Okay, first let's take 2 cups of chicken broth and put it in the blender. Oh, I made a mess. Then 1/2 cup of shallot, finely chopped up. 5 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. Cognac or brandy. I want 2 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. There I go measuring again. And I've got tomato paste here, and I'm wanting about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Mine was in the freezer, so I'm having trouble getting it out. Perfect. I've got 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and salt. I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon in. Freshly ground black pepper, I'll put 1/2 teaspoon. Now then, let's put our lid on it. Make sure it's tightly sealed. There we go. And let's blend this. I bet I could take Bobby Flay on with this recipe. What you want to do is get your big baking pan out, and we're going to pour 1/2 of our marinade onto the bottom of the pan. Now we want to put our ribs in. I think my pan's a little too big, but we're going to make it work. I didn't have one that was in between. Is it going to be too small or too big? Now pour the rest of the marinade over the rest of the ribs. Did I say I could take Bobby Flay on with this recipe? It's a good one. Okay, now one thing I've done wrong here is because my pan is too big, my ribs are not coated, so I will need to turn my ribs in the marinade after a few hours. But I'm gonna cover this with foil and put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. See you tomorrow. Okay, it's been 24 hours since I last saw you, and my ribs have been marinating in the refrigerator. I turned them once since my sauce wasn't really covering them well. Now I'm preheating my oven to 375 degrees. And we're going to put these in the oven covered on the top shelf, and we're going to cook these for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now halfway through that time, we're going to turn them over. So about after 50 minutes, you'll want to stop it or want to pull them out and turn the ribs over, and then cover them and put them back in. So I'll see you in 50 minutes. If you're enjoying this video of these Cambodian ribs, which are insanely delicious, you also will want to watch some of my other videos. Be sure and subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know when I put the videos out. Now let's get back to cooking. Okay, the ribs have been in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 50 minutes. So what we want to do now is turn them over. Ooh, looking good. Scrumptious. Ooh, don't burn yourself, Denise. These are insanely delicious looking. Can't wait to try them. I've gotten so I like cooking with cinnamon. Okay, let's cover these and put them back in the oven for another 50 minutes. Okay, it's been an hour and 40 minutes total cook time, and it's time to take these ribs out and set them aside. Ooh, smells so good. Insanely delicious, that's what they are. I think I'm gonna like Cambodian food. Now we want to take our marinade and pour it into a container to save for using later. I'm going to do that off camera over close to my sink. Okay, now I poured my marinade into this container to use later. And now what I'm going to do is get me a big skillet and one that's deep enough, and I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of oil in here. I want to check and see how hot my oil is. It's about 360, it's good. Okay, now then, let's gently brown these ribs. They're not, there we go. Okay, why are they sizzling? Whoa. They're browning up pretty quickly too. Now, let's pour our marinade in here. Let it cook down a little. And scrape the goodies off the bottom. It is cooking down nicely. It does have oil on its edges. I'm going to spoon that oil off. Okay, I'm going to plate this up. These smell fantastic. Wow, don't these look good? They are insanely delicious looking. I guess I should give it a taste. Let's see. How do I go about it? I want to pick it up with my fingers. Oh, it's so tender. Mmm. That is insanely delicious. That is amazing. You must give these a try. Thank you so much for watching, and watch all of our other collaborators and check out this Cambodian food. Wow, delicious. Bye now.